الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. I'm from Tianjin, China, and I also have an Islamic name called Abdul. In fact, this name is chosen by myself because it reminds me the aim of my life and is also the aim of all people's life who live in this world. No matter who we are, how rich we are, and what kind of a family we were born in, we are just the slave and servant of Allah. And I lived in a non-Muslim family. I learned Islam from my Indonesian friend, and we met in a lab. And he dispelled my stereotype in Islam and Muslims. So I started learning Islam, and with the guidance of Allah, I became a Muslim eventually. Alhamdulillah. So I want to spread the positive energy to others, make more people have an opportunity to get in touch with Islam. Because Islam doesn't just belong to Arabians or minority ethnics, it belongs to all people longing for the truth. Salam.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the video. And just now we have already seen the video, and I would like to greet our speaker, our amazing speaker today, Oliver. Can you hear me clearly?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, Oliver, during the video of your profile background, I seen a lot about the food. Is that all halal food?
Yes, of course. All halal food.
You should responsible to me now because I'm now starving. I want to eat. Can we postpone this meeting or just we continue? Okay. I'm just kidding. I have already taken my lunch. Okay. So Oliver, you are in Tianjin now. How is
Yes,
it
I'm in Tianjin
weather
now.
there? How is it the weather?
However, today is sunny.
Sunny.
But,
Is it the winter,
yeah.
right? In China? Is it the winter in China?
Yes, winter. Yes.
It's winter. Okay. So Tianjin is about 2 hours from Beijing, if I'm not mistaken, because I used to have a plan to go to Tianjin, but unfortunately the coronavirus is attacking everybody in China and now in everybody in the world. Okay, so Oliver, we are glad to having you here. We would like to hear a lot of your amazing stories about being a Muslim in China. Especially you are mualaf, you are converting to Muslim, and it's something interesting for us to have a lot of knowledge from your perspective. Okay. Okay, Oliver, we will have about 1 hour session this afternoon, including a question and answer with me, and then also with the participants that attending our meeting this afternoon. So we would like to start from the first questions, but do not be just relax. You don't need to be hurry. Okay, just
Okay.
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 Okay, you born in 1996. So do I. I was born in 1996. So just have a conversation like you're talking with friends.
Okay.
Okay, and before we go into our main questions, I will ask you firstly. This is my personal questions. You were inspired by one of your Chinese, your Muslim friends. So you convert to Muslims. So can you share to us a little bit about that before we go further?
You mean how I convert Islam? So
Yeah.
how I convert Islam?
Yeah. Because somebody's because of Muslim friends, and I heard that she or he was Indonesian students in China.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah. Can you share to us a little bit about that story?
Okay. In fact, at the first time I met with him is in my college lab, and I feel a little bit strange or said weird because he just looks like Chinese, but other people just talking in English, and then so I just try to talk him in Chinese, but he just knows some simple Chinese words like 我不会说中文 or 我 like this, just some simple words. So I know he's a real foreigner, not just fake pretend to be a foreigner. And then we became a friend because we are in the same lab. And at the first time, I didn't know he's a Muslim, but you know, just sometimes I saw he shared some pictures on the WeChat moment, and there the restaurant that all have the halal logo. So I just asked him, "Are you Muslim?" And he said yes. But in fact, I don't feel there's so much difference because when I know him and I almost graduated from university, and at that time, I still need to practice driving, and I try to get the driving lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no place I can live. So, and my Indonesian friend, he just invited me to live with him. And yes, because before I met my Indonesian friends, there are also some like Chinese Muslim, and most of them are in minority ethnic, like Hui or just Uyghur, Kazakh, yes, something like this. So when I talk with them or just eat with them or live with them, I found this big difference. Sometimes they just keep away from me. But when I live with my Indonesian friend, I didn't feel there's so much difference. Um, and then because I live with him and sleep with him, so I started to know more about Islam, like just pray, how to pray, and sometimes the fast in Ramadan, and how to celebrate Eid, like this. And then my Indonesian friend, he also recited some Quran at night. So he also interpreted some simple surah to me, and was that general meaning of like this. So I start to, but at that time I just got interested in Islam. I didn't decided to convert to Islam. So the real time I think about converting is when I return to my home because I get the driving license, and the atmosphere changed. Just no one woke me up to do the Fajr prayer, and all just full of the haram food, alcohol, it just around me, because my house there's no one just follow Islamic rules, and then I just become worse again because yeah, I just sometimes I got up until noon, and then sometimes I drink alcohol, some smoke, yes, like this, and then I just kind of into a vicious circle. I slept until noon, and I know I do nothing in the morning, and then I feel so upset, and then I just drank down my sorrow. So because I drink so much alcohol, so it's much more harder to get up early next day.
I
So
see.
just in a vicious circle. And then at that time, I missed the day when I lived with my Indonesian friends. I will, and I started. Maybe I just follow, and I think if I just follow Islamic ways, maybe I will feel much better. And then I started to fast in Ramadan and pray as a Muslim. And at the end, yes, and all of that become reality. My body get better, and I become positive after I following this.
Okay. So if I can make a small conclusion, it becomes the good habits of a Muslim that you see that it can change your personal habit. I see.
Yeah.
So Oliver, what's interesting is how did you feel right after you convert to Muslim? May I know when is the right when is the the time when you were converting to Muslim? Is it several
Uh,
years ago, or
on
when is it?
yes, like this. If just doing the shahada is for a period of time, but if you said get the converting card, it's just about 2 months ago.
Oh, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I
Wow.
have a converting card, but
I
doing
see. I see.
Shahada, yes, it's
It was a
it's
long
been a
time
long
ago,
time.
but
Yeah,
official certificate that you get from the country, I think maybe
yes,
from the
yes.
government that you're converting to Muslim is 2 months
No
ago.
government, no government. Just I get the converting card from a mosque.
Oh,
Yeah,
from a
and
month, I see.
the imam is really kind because it's kind of illegal to
Hmm?
propaganda and you converting to Islam. If they give you the card, this is kind of propaganda.
Ah,
They
I
give
see.
you a identity of Muslim.
I see.
And yes, most of
So
them.
basically, is a Chinese people got their religion in their identity card or something like that? No?
Oh no, not in ID card, but they will write in. I don't know how to say this. Just like where you live, the inhabitation
I
card.
see.
We
I
have
see.
this.
Okay. Okay.
The,
So, Oliver, the next question is about your family. Of course, being somebody who convert to the other religions in the middle of your life, it will become a question from your family. So, my question is, how did your closest people, especially at home, your mother and father, react when they found out that you were converting into Muslims?
oh, at beginning, it was very hard to accept. My mom asked me why you want to be a fake Hui ethnic, and the biggest problem is on dietary habits. Just most of meat dishes are made from pork in
Uh,
Chinese non-Muslim family. Therefore, I mostly just eat some vegetable dishes at home. And then there also a funny story I want to share with you
okay,
because my parents are kind of atheism. It means atheist. It means they don't believe in God.
I see. Yeah.
So they get used. No, they just used to get confusion about the different religions. So my mom had ever asked me, why you had converted, you still eat meat, and I said, yes, Muslim can eat halal meat, but we don't eat pork. And my mom asking me, how about the 肉边菜? 肉边菜 is from Buddhism. It means
Okay.
if the people convert to Buddhism and they still mix the dish with meat, and they can only eat the vegetable in the meat dishes.
Mhm.
But this is haram. This is no this kind of rule in our religion. And I also feel this a little bit weird. And my father couldn't understand what did the belief mean. He thought I didn't eat those is because I don't think they were tasty. So he always put the haram dishes very close to me, and then when he eats those dishes just with leaf smacking, it means, oh, that's so delicious. Why did you want to try some? But now yes, now it's much better. They have changed so much for me, and I think my parents also saw my changes after converting. So that's also what I believe. Action speak louder than words. But I still want my parents. They also can convert to Islam one day. So I always pray to this. Uh, inshallah. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that's the one of the big problem is about the food that you
Uh,
eat at home. So how do you prepare your food at home now? Your meal. So do you prepare by yourself, or you can order to your parents that I want to eat something like that and like that because Islam prohibit me to eat something like this and like that.
uh, yes, sometimes I prepare by myself, but it's also sometimes we need to eat together. And but I told some basic rules.
Mhm.
Uh, how to make is the rules about the food in Islam. That some what kind of meat and how to uh, sacrifice the animals and what cannot put in the dishes like alcohol. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Got it. Okay, Oliver, we go to the next questions. It's about your learning process about Islam. We all know that Muslims is a minority religion in China and some other countries as well. But especially in China, how do you deal with these conditions where you are a minority of minority religion, and then how do you deal with the learning
Uh,
about your new religion?
okay. Just I learned from my Indonesian friend at the beginning, but when I returned to my home, I got confused for a long time because it's illegal in my country to propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find few materials online. So sometimes I just search the question on the YouTube, but sometimes those questions have controversies because some is because of the different ideas, some is because of the people they are in the different faith. There's like I know most of the Muslim in Indonesia are Shafi'i,
Japanese.
but yeah, but most of the Muslim where I live, Tianjin,
Mm.
are Hanafi. So they are
Hanafi.
also the same question. They have different ideas. So yes, but after converting, uh, uh, I just asked the imam some questions, and but recently I found there's a book just talking about the five basic lessons in Islam, and in jingle way. I don't know you know jingle or not. I will explain this to you.
Mm-hmm.
A jingle it means just like a poem or like a
I
rhyme.
see. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Jingle.
and this book is just talking all the things in the jingle way. Like we praying, there are like 52 things we need to take care, and there are like 12 Buddhism. So they just get all of these keywords together and make it like a poem or like a jingle. So it's called 水镜一镜扣除镜，举一任
Mm-hmm.
时面西正，大乘站立诵天经，鞠躬叩头莫坐定。It means before we praying and we do wudu, but we need to make sure the water is clean and the clothes is clean and where we pray is clean. So yes, just make all of these keywords get together and make you much easier to understand and much easier to remember. Yes, this is my
Um,
answer.
okay. So, is there any community meeting every week or every month about the near the mosque, near the mosque in your home? Like maybe
Uh,
you can talk something to your imam, and then there is a discussion about misunderstanding and so on.
there is no community, but the mosque, but now the mosque is closed. But if not because of the coronavirus problem situation, most of the time the mosque is closed. It's open, so you just into the mosque and then ask the
Ah,
question, or just on the WeChat.
okay. So I believe that your situation in China to learn your new religion, Islam in this case, is really challenging. So I hope that you can have a good communication with our Taje and Tage over here.
Uh,
We
okay.
we have a lot of people, and I believe they can help you to study Islam deeper. Okay, Oliver. Next questions. Far away before you know that you and getting inspired by your friends in the university. What was your point of view about Islam before and after converting? Is it the same expectation or it's totally different expectations?
You mean the idea after converting
Yeah,
or
the
before
idea,
converting?
your point of view about Islam.
Um, just before I met my Indonesian friends, I learned, or just before I learned Islam, I just know Muslim. I know, I just know we ethnic they don't eat pork, but I didn't know what the difference between we Muslim, what the difference between yes. And then the most news about Islam in Chinese broadcast is negative, just like Taliban, Jihad, and it's very easy to make Islam associated with extremism.
Yeah. The reputation should be bad. I think that
Yeah.
they build a bad reputation of Islam.
Yes, and there is also a story I want to share. I have some Uyghur friends, and my ex-girlfriend is also a Uyghur, and they are very friendly, so we can just talk together, just attend the same activities together. But when we eat together, there are always some conflicts, such as if I touch the food and they will never eat again.
Okay.
So I had ever got Uyghur friends, and when I traveled in Xinjiang, Xinjiang is another minority ethnic Ottoman region, place, area. So, and the Uyghur is another Islamic minority ethnic in China. So, but when I traveled in Xinjiang and I also lived in his house, he and his family are very friendly. And only one time he yelled at me is because I took a piece of chicken from his bowl. And he explained that after his reaction is he said the halal food will become haram after touched by non-Muslims. So at that time, I just feel this religion is so terrible. But after I met my Indonesian friend and he just told me my Uyghur friend did is wrong. And this was not Islamic rule. And then I just changed my mind and then I just learned Islam step by step. At the end, I feel Islam is the best religion in this world. And I get so much advantages from it. I give up drinking, smoking, and I had got severe procrastination. Procrastination it means if I plan to do things at 9 o'clock, but when the time is up and I get lazy, so the real time I have to do it is maybe it's about 10:30. But because our salat cannot be delayed, cannot be delayed, cannot be put off. So Islam just makes me better. And so, and after converting, I was more convinced that I had the good choice because what I had experienced, uh, I just want to dispel others' bad impression on Islam, just like what the Indonesian friend did to me. Even propaganda is illegal, but I believe the people just can see from you right from you just right behavior, good behavior, and your positive attitude towards life. And this experience, no one can ban. And so I want to say we should friendly to Muslims because we are family, but we need to show more patience to non-Muslims because what we do maybe can guide them into the right way. Yes, that's what I want to say.
Okay, Oliver, thanks for sharing. Next questions, and after that, I will giving an opportunity to our audiences to deliver your own questions. You can put directly on the comment sections, or you can use the raise hand feature, so you can directly talk to our wonderful guest speaker today, Oliver. Okay.
I'm sorry. Because I'm very familiar. I'm not very familiar about this application, so maybe just you choose one audience.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I will facilitate everything. The audience will directly ask to you later. No problem. Okay. So next question is about after converting, Oliver. Is there any life challenge that you feel or encounter, or in contrary, you have got any advantages to become Muslim?
Yes, it's a huge challenge. I can say it's like rebirth. I need to accept a whole new lifestyle. Just the first food is the limitation of food. Some food I didn't even feel is haram, just like gum, because gum including gelatin and what just like some medicine, just including the pig bone or pig gall or just some alcohol, etc. So yes, and because China is not an Islamic country, so there are some problems just become very hard to find. Just like our shoes, as we can buy the food from the shop or from store, uh, buy the halal food, but there is no halal shoe store. So sometimes you also need to check the material of this food.
Is the
And then
halal
pray.
is the halal food is more expensive than the normal food with the halal logo?
I didn't feel that.
Oh,
Sometimes I think it's much cheaper.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. You can continue your answer.
Okay. And then praying is also a challenge because I didn't speak Arabic. So sometimes I just recite the surah, just listen many times, and then I just transform them into the Chinese pronoun and then to remember it. It's also very hard to do Fajr prayer at beginning because I get used to get up late.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I miss 4 or 5 times per week at the beginning.
At the beginning.
And also the Islamic rule, just Chinese Islamic rule, just like the people they talk in mosque, and the words is very different with we use in daily life. Just like one time, when the first time I came into the mosque and I want to find the free room, but I didn't know how to call it in Chinese. So I just asked the people, uh, where is 大堂? And the people just rolled his eyes at me because 大堂 is means dining room in Chinese.
What is that?
大堂 is means dining room.
Oh,
So
I see.
the,
Okay.
the prayer room is called 大殿. It's very
Uh,
similar, but the different meaning.
okay.
And then just also some words very different. Just like if the people passed away, and in daily life we call it 去世 or 死亡去世, but the Muslim call it 无常. And visit the grave. Daily life we call it 扫墓, but Muslim call it 走坟. And also the 5 salat. The salat Chinese Muslim call it namaz, not salat. It's called namaz. And the 5 namaz, if you said Fajr, Zuhur, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha,
Yeah.
if the Chinese Muslim cannot understand it, you must call it
In Chinese.
Okay. And yes, this is very ancient Persian word. Yeah. So I also how to learn this. But
Okay.
there are challenges, but also leave many advantages to me. Yes. When I was in university, and I just kind of jerk. Sometimes I smoked, and I often got drunk. And one time I almost got hit by a car after drinking.
Oh,
And
okay.
my parents felt very disappointed to me. And I also tried to give up drinking and smoking many times, but I failed at the end. It's also because of Islam. Islam makes me know I can be much better.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that from you, Oliver. In your age, which is 25 years old, you are 25, right?
Yes.
You have a good really opportunity to know Islam and even better day by day. Okay. Next, the questions will coming from our audience. Ruang Lao Shi. I will give you time to deliver your questions directly to Oliver. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Hello. My name is Chang Minhui.
Hello, Chang.
Okay. I want to ask about, I heard that in Chinese school or Chinese university, you are taught to be atheist. Is that true or not?
Yes, you cannot talk about so much about religion in public. But you say, I just pretend to be an atheist, and atheist, I think no need. This is
Like,
fake.
is there like a subject at school or at university that teach students to be atheists?
Yes,
Subject.
there are some. There are some just lessons just talking about the atheists, like Marx.
Marxism.
Just
Is it about
Marx?
Marxism?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
atheism. Yes, yes.
Okay.
There are some lessons. Yes, there are some lessons. Yeah, talking about this, make you think like the philosophy, and all of the philosophy just talking about the God is wrong. Yes, and that all of the things is because of the science, and they just split science with God. They think if you believe science and the God, you cannot believe God. But in fact, this I think just God gives the science. Yes.
Okay.
So this is very different.
That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you for you.
Okay. And then related to Rang Lao's questions, it's my based on my experience when I currently in university. I know that my Chinese friends got that something course like Marxism thingy, but for Marxism's philosophy, but for international they don't put it as a compulsory subject. So we international students don't know that Chinese government put it as a compulsory subject for the Chinese student. Okay. Okay. Is there any questions from audiences? Once again, you can use the raise hand feature or directly put your question in the comment sections, and I will help you to read. Okay. We go to the next questions. Oliver, what are you currently studying related with Islam? Is there any knowledge or is there any inquiry about Islam that currently in your head that you currently?
Yes.
Working?
I read a book recently. It's called Scientific Miracle in Quran and Hadith. It just tells about some scientific miracles are found by scientists recently, but they were writing in Quran more than 1,000 years ago. Just like 96 surah, and from ayat like 16 to 17. There's some words like hold his forelock, his sinful lying forelock, and the scientists find this in Arabic words is called nasiya. If I just remember it right, nasiya, maybe. Correction with the place, the area is called prefrontal area in our brain, and we shall and this area is related with is working for lying and bad behavior, just as the Quran said. And another surah is maybe 23 surah. It's just that how the people, how the from the germ becomes people. Just it's the word. Sorry, I forgot. Germ, from a germ, and then becomes flesh, and the flesh with bone, and then become a people from embryo. So yes, and this Arabic word is called al-qatan. This word is three meanings. The first is animal leech, and the second is suspended soil, and the third is coagulation. But no matter what kind of meaning of it, but the shame, I just like the embryo. And the scientists find the shape of the embryo just recently ended the microscope, but just as the Quran just as the Quran subscribed, Allah subscribed in Quran. And the third is the scientists find the intelligence of people starts declines from 40 years old, but it's writing in Quran more than 1,000 years just has this kind of words. When he grew up to manhood and became 40 years old, he then said, Lord, inspire me to give you thanks for the bounty you have granted to me and my parents, and act righteously to please me, Lord. Make me offspring virtuous, and Lord, I turn to you in repentance. I'm a Muslim. And the British scientists find that just recently. So this also makes just confirm the Quran just made from God, because of the Prophet Muhammad wasallam. He we just respect him, but we have to admit he's just illiterate. How can he know those things? At that time where he lived, there is no microscope and there is no the high technique equipment. So just only one way he can know that, just from that.
Thanks.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Oliver. Next, the questions will coming from our audience. We have two questions, but first I'll give the opportunity to Pak Ogi Gumilar. Pak Ogi Gumilar, you can turn on your camera and your microphone, directly talk with our speaker.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yes, should I call Lord Shima or Mr. Ma?
It's okay. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
I want to ask about the halal brand which embed in the food. There's logo. If we buy bread or some kind of milk, there are some logo halal in the food.
In their packaging, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
in packaging, yes.
Okay.
Then when there are sometimes the brand or the logo is I don't know why they put off the logo in 2017 until 2018 in Beijing. Is there any chance that we have to know is the food halal or not without see the logo halal? We just see the ingredient or something like that. How to make sure that we eat halal food or not? Maybe just thank you very much.
I understand. It.
Thanks, Pak Ogi, for your questions. Oliver, you can directly answer the questions.
Okay. Yes, what he said is right. This is true. Sometimes I don't know why, but some halal brands they just sell the logo, the halal logo. We have to check the ingredients sometimes, but I think it's better you just find the food with halal logo, because not all of the dishes, just all of the brands sell this. But if they're without, sometimes you need to depend on your experience, or just we also got a table, and on this table they will just write down about 100 ingredients, and those ingredients, some is 100% halal, and some is we have a suspect is haram, but some is very sure it's 100 this is haram. Just like we can sure if this is the rice, or this is the water, or this is something about shrimp. A shrimp, because even in Chinese there are different faiths, but some food is the shrimp, and if you think this is shrimp and this shrimp is halal totally, the seafood is halal totally, if you think it's halal. But the other things just like gelatin or shortening, yes, and some ingredients. If it's halal, and they will give like this called what? Sorry, I forgot it. How to say this? It's called quotation. Oh, quotation. They will give a quotation, and they write this is this shortening or this gelatin is from the like a beef bone, mutton bone, or from a chicken, or just some shortening is it's just including the plant. Yes, it's from plant. It's not from the pork bone, like a pig bone, like so.
Okay.
But some food in Xinjiang is, I think, all of the food just detailed relate the halal dishes. So as a halal logo, so you just need to check this way in your experience.
Yeah, I think it can be also an advice for those Muslim students from all over the world who will come to China later on when they pursue their study, right? Pak Ogi, is there any questions for him?
No. I think that's enough. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Okay. Okay. Oliver, we have another questions coming from the comment sections. I will read for you.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Oliver. I have
Walaikum
questions,
salam.
but she is not able to mention directly. As a Muslim who living in minority country, how do you adapt from the government policy that are not in line with what Islam teach to you, and what will you do if you think government policies is not in line? So what you get the questions?
Yes, you
Okay.
mean if the policy from the government is not
it's not
totally follow the Islamic rules, and
Yeah.
how I solve this problem?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, sometimes really, because yes, our government, they don't want all of the people to believe the religion, because we are atheists. Yes, the government is atheist. So sometimes, just like even now, sometimes they say we cannot just grade some words, grade the emoji in Arabic words, or all of the halal dishes just in Chinese words, and now cannot use the Arabic words to say like halal or just some dua. Cannot have this one. But I think this doesn't break the Islamic rules. It doesn't break the Islamic rules. And I didn't find that there are some policies is totally break. They just don't want you to show too much, or don't want you to propaganda. At least I found it's like this. Like now, we cannot just grade on the internet, on the web, or just on the WeChat to talk some about Islam. There are some like police on the internet or online. They will check all of the words. If you just send so much about that, and they will block you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we get back to my questions before we continue with the others. Oliver, if you can say something to our audiences, I believe majority of our audiences, they are born as a Muslim, not like you. You have a chance to know Muslim in the middle of your life, okay, when you are about 20 something, and then you decide to convert to Muslim. But here we have a lot of those people who born as a Muslim, but I believe that sometimes we cannot really follow the rules and the policies of Islam itself. So if you can say to them how to stay istiqomah or stay on the path of Islam, okay, as a mualaf, as a new member of Islam. So how do you say to them? Because it's hard to you just say that I miss my several Fajr prayers in the morning, in the beginning when I convert to Muslim as a Muslim, and so on. So how to become an istiqomah Muslim in your perspective?
Yes. I think first I want to say yes. the most important thing is the guidance of Allah. Of course, because Allah just guide who He wants to guide. But if you say there's something, because I'm still a beginner, so I just share something is really works to me, and I also want to share them to you. The first is, I think learning Arabic is very important because this is the language of Quran. So we can get the main idea from the translation, but no matter how proficient of the translator is, it's just much closer to the Quran, but it's not the real Quran. Just like I said before, the alakatan, this words, if you don't understand Arabic and you don't know there are three meanings. So I just also learned some Arabic sometimes, but yes, that's from the beginning. This book, this is a Chinese Arabic book.
Oh, okay.
And the second, I think, has to reading Quran or Hadith. Because reading Quran is one of our basic 5 lessons and the top one. Therefore, it's really significant. And I still remember the first time I came into the mosque and I asked the imam to suggest me some books to learn about Islam, and the imam just said Quran. Because no matter what kind of book is written by people, and people make some mistakes, but Quran is written by God, and God will never be wrong. And the third is just keep yourself in the environment of Islam. At least this is very important, or I get many benefits, much benefit from it. Because I live in a non-Muslim family and I live in a non-Muslim country, so it's very easy to get out of the guidance of Allah. So I just try to find more chance to get in touch with Islam. I used to get to a mosque to listen to the words, and then after the Jummah prayer, I will talk with Imam or just talk with any other Muslims and follow some subscriptions on the WeChat, and then attend some activities. And also besides those, I think you talk with some Muslim friends with good character and with the people full of knowledge of Islam, just like you guys. I think it's also very helpful. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Thanks for your suggestion, Oliver. And one question is coming from the comment section. Have you ever felt frustrated when you learn Islam by yourself? Because it's a little bit. I believe it's a little bit hard to find a Chinese community who can actively meet every week, something like that. I even have an experience as a Muslim. I took about 30 minutes from my university to find a mosque to conduct a Jummah prayer. So have you ever feel frustrated to learn Islam alone?
Oh, yes. Even now, I also feel very frustrated. Is because I cannot find so much like community or just like the organization like this organization to share some stories or just share some knowledge about Islam, about the religion. But I think it's also lucky because there are so many people want to help me and they know so much about Islam, and they also have a good character. So I just talk with them, and if I find some problems, I just.
So yeah, I think you try to find a Muslim friends who can guide you to giving more explanation about Islam. That's the way how you cope with your situation in China, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we almost arrived in the last 2 questions. It's about your current activity. I think okay, as a halal food vlogger. So okay. So what makes you interested in making those halal food videos, or even being a halal food video vlogger?
Okay.
Okay.
Because sometimes I hang out with my friend, and there is the situation because there's no halal restaurant near there.
Mhm.
And there's another situation is there are so many halal restaurants around there, and I don't know which one I need to choose because we need to eat halal food, but we also hope it's not very expensive and high quality
Yeah.
and delish. It means delicious, it's tasty.
Delicious.
But I cannot find any food videos uh, about halal restaurant or about halal food online. So I just want to make a channel to seek some great food and then
Okay.
introduce the Islamic rules, some basic ones as
Okay.
well.
So do you travel around China to find a halal food, or just in Tianjin?
Now I just in Tianjin, just find some halal food in Tianjin restaurant. But maybe after the when the pandemic situation is
Mhm.
not severe like now, maybe I will just travel. Maybe I also will travel in Indonesia to
Yeah,
just
that's
find
good.
some
Yeah,
halal food.
in Indonesian government, they have one concept about halal tourism that actually want to grab attention for Muslims around the world. Okay, so anytime you want to visit Indonesia, just call one of us. Okay, maybe our Taje and Halimah.
Taco, Halima.
Okay, you can visit their home country and then find out what they have about the halal food, and then make your video vlog getting better. Okay. Or when China opened the border for international students, if you want to come to Beijing, so you can directly visit them in Beijing, and then go around strolling, find out, and then you can doing some vlog. Okay. Oliver, maybe you can share with us what is your YouTube or social media account, so you can get a more subscriber, because one of our audiences
Oh,
is asking about that. Okay.
okay.
What's
My
your YouTube account?
uh, it's my. If I said I don't know, this is hard to
Can you type
spell now.
on the chat, there is
On this
in the bottom
on this
there is a
one.
chat. Yeah, there is a
Oh,
chat.
okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. And I think some the operator has already sent your YouTube channel on the chat section.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Okay, I have sent it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I think it will be the last questions from me, and maybe we can get back to the audience if they have another questions. This is the last question. Have you ever got any negative comments from the netizens? You know, bad comments or hate
Uh,
speech from the netizens, whether it's a Chinese netizens or international netizens.
yes, is half and half. But I think I should stick on making this kind of video, even from the negative comments, because I feel most of the people just leave the negative comments because they don't really know about Islam. Just like one time, one people just send the comments like, "I think it's really stupid."
Hello. Hello, Oliver. Kak Halimah, ini yang putus koneksinya dari siapa ya? Dari Oliver ya?
Dari iya dari Oliver kayaknya.
Boleh
Ya karena beliau pakai VPN kan mungkin
Oh iya betul.
ada
Apa apa
masalah
coba
pada
di
jaringan.
aja ya.
Oke, kita tunggu aja ya.
Nggak apa-apa.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. No problem, Oliver. You're using VPN or is it?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Maybe it's my
think-
phone doesn't work recently. Just sorry.
Is the application doesn't work with VPN? I think I can use Zoom without VPN. Kalima
Yes,
emang
yes,
harus pakai
yes,
Zoom
yes.
ya? Maksudnya harus pakai VPN ya Zoom?
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, okay.
Really sorry.
志成喂，
喂，你好。
可以了。刚才
OK
你的是枪口没有出来。
哦，不好意思，出来一点，不好意思，我这个手机出了点问题，刚才。
Okay, Oliver, you can
Sorry.
go on with your answer about have you ever got the negative comments from the netizens about your vlog?
Is half and half, and I think I still need to stick on making those kind of video even from the negative comments, because I found that most of the people, they leave negative comments because they don't know so much about Islam. Just like one people, he leaves negative comments like, I think you guys are very stupid because you pray to the statue. How you know the God in human shape? How you know the God in human shape? If like this way, and if the cow believes the God and the God man has the corn, yes, and I think he just have this kind of comment is because he doesn't know about Islam, because what he said doesn't against Islam. Most comments one, I just ignore them because most of the people, they just want to curse me for no reason. Like said, I'm a tourist, I'm a Mawali, and I'm treated to China. Why don't I go back to Arab? But there are also many people support me, alhamdulillah. Some of them support me in words like comfort me or just give me some suggestions about review. They just said, I'm just doing a good job and may Allah give me thawab. And there are also some people just send me some halal food, let me to make a video, or just send me a Quran to learn. Yes, and I just want to say thanks to all of you, no matter what kind of what kind of way you just support me. I just want to say thanks. And to be honest, there are also some people that just leave private messages to me and say they are new Muslims like me, or they are hesitating to convert. So, and he just asked me some problem how I solved before. So to be honest, I'm really happy to talk with them because I feel I'm not alone. There are some people, even we are bent to spread positive energy to all of the in public, but just some people still hold their iman in their own mind and in their own way. So mashallah, I just hope God can bless us and can forgive us all of the mistakes. Yes, that's what I want to say.
Okay, thanks, Oliver. And you should keep going on. I believe that will be a time for you to have the result from your effort for being a Muslim halal food vlog in your country. Okay. Regarding the food or halal food in China, and there is an interesting questions from our comment sections. The question is Qingzhen halal logo really trusted on the food package? Because he heard some people said that it's just a halal logo, but sometimes it's still containing non-halal ingredients. And then can you suggest some ingredients that containing in the package, which is not haram, which is a haram ingredient? So the later on when there is a Chinese Muslim, especially from Indonesia coming to China, they can see the ingredients on the package. And I think it's a good advice for Lingkar Pengajian Beijing to post to be one of your posting in your social media, so all of Muslims in China can see your updates about the ingredients which contains non-halal ingredients. Okay.
If you say the food, I think if they give a halal logo, I think this halal and you can eat it. But this also because of the different faiths. So I don't know so much about Shafi, but I think as I know, the Shafi can eat all of the seafood, isn't it?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So the Shafi can eat all of the seafood. So it means all of the seafood are halal for the Shafi Muslims, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
So okay, it means all of the food if have a halal logo, and you can eat it.
Yeah, same as like Indonesia. When it comes to when the government give the halal logo to the package, we can trust it, and then we can eat it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But if in the halal restaurant in China, I think sometimes you need to really care. The first is the beverage, because the most Chinese halal restaurant, they sell the beverage with alcohol. Most of the because they want to earn much more money. And if they just sell the beverage alcohol free, and this is much cheaper. So yeah. And the second is some restaurant, they sell the food with some part. Some part is haram, but they don't know this, and they also sell some food with like the testicle of the cow, or the testicle of the goat. So it's haram. You know testicle?
Yeah, I see. I see that.
Like the testicle and the penis, or just the vagina of the cow or the goat. They think this is the halal, but in fact this is haram. And they also sell some alcohol beverage in halal restaurants. So just don't, if you drink the beverage, and you need to check first, and then just some food, check it's not made from the testicle, or just like penis or vagina, without those parts.
Okay, so that's advice from our speaker, Oliver. You should be careful with everything you eat when you are in China, and then when it contain a halal logo on the packaging, so with saying Bismillah, then you can start to eat. Okay, we are waiting another questions from the audience, and then just for your information, so we have a 3-door prize, which is for all of you who already asked the questions, except Pak Augie Gumelar, because he is one of the advisor of Lingkar Pengajian Beijing, so you don't get one. So we give the first door prize to Ruang Laoshi, and then we have 2 other door prize, and then please put your questions. You can directly ask the questions to Oliver, or just put the question in the comment sections. Yeah. Okay. Another question, it's coming from the former Lingkar Pengajian Beijing leader, Pak Narman. Pak Narman asking about, is there any Islamic habit that forbidden in Islam, but still a lot of Chinese people in China doing until now?
Yes, there are many. The first is drinking alcohol.
Okay.
Yes, most of the maybe I say just the most minority ethnic, Islamic minority ethnic in China, they drink alcohol, but they don't think this. Some people know it's haram, but
they still drink.
This is the first. The second, and I found most of the Islamic minority ethnic in China, they don't pray and they don't fast in Ramadan.
Oh, they don't fasting in Ramadan?
Yes, they don't fast. Maybe just because the people in, I just know the people in Tianjin. Tianjin, this is not, I don't know how to say it, just their iman is not,
Okay.
not very totally Islamic.
I see. I got it. So, how about you, Oliver? Do you have already put all of the alcohol on the trash until now after
Yes.
you convert to Muslim? Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, we get back to the audiences. Any questions for our guest speaker? Okay, Mas Narman, you give a thumb. Is there any question for Oliver?
No.
No. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, the second door prize we give it to Vidya as well because he sent the questions to Oliver. So we have one more door prize left. If nobody wanna take it, so I will take it by myself. Just kidding. Okay, it's for audience. Okay, Oliver is for close our session this afternoon. I would like to ask you to make closing statement from you. Maybe is there something you want to say to the Muslims community here, and then what's your impression, and then you can also promote your social media account. Anything you want to say, I give you the time.
I don't know what I can say. I think I just say all of the things I want to say. Sorry, I don't find any other things I can say.
Okay, so maybe you wanna visit us in Indonesia later in the future. Okay. A moment, I'll check something. Okay. So, Oliver, what is your basic activity in this time? What is your best? What is your basic activity currently?
Activity. Oh, in my daily life, you mean?
Yeah.
Just making video, and now I just try to find a job. So recently, I just write in my CV.
Oh, I see.
And sometimes I just try to just find some halal restaurant and then make a video.
Oh, it's nice activity actually. I wish you good luck to find a good job and the proper job for you, and hopefully you will have no problem with the Friday prayer time, because I found it a little bit tricky when I was in the university, because sometimes we have a course during the Friday prayer, and then I'm really happy when the teacher is not coming to the class, so I can go to the mosque for conduct the Friday prayer. Okay. The last, I would like to many thanks to our guest speaker, Oliver, for answering those questions and for the great conversation we have today. It was a pleasure to have you with us, and then hopefully we can still in touch in the future. Okay. Thank you all for attending. We hope you have learned and enjoyed this interactive dialogue. Sorry if there are any mistakes while I lead the sessions. I will let Besti to lead the rest of the event today. My name is Reza. Have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for you listening, and thank you for the invitation of Linka Bongkajen.
Don't mention it. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the invitation of Linka Bongkajen.
Thank you, Oliver. Terima kasih. Thank you, Brother Reza. Okay, right now it's time to symbolically hand over certificate from Lingkar Pengajian Beijing to our guest Oliver. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please 大姐. Dachi. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the certificate. Thank you again, Oliver, for the great
Okay,
sharing
thank
session
you.
and answering to all of those questions.
Thank you.
Okay, and now let's pray together. This prayer is going to be led by leader of Lingkar Pengajian Beijing, Mr. Sunarman Purnomo.
Thank you, Miss Desti. Yeah. We can pray begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukaffirhu mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu wa lakal syukru kama yanbaghi li jalali wal ikram. Allahumma inni as'alukal afwa wal afiyah fid dunya wal akhirah. Allahumma inni as'aluka afwa wal afiyah fi dini wa dunya wa ahliya wa mali. Allahumma astur aurati wa amin ru'ayah. Allahumma fatni min bainani yadayya wa min khalfi wa an yamini wa an shimali wa min fawqi wa a'udzubika bi'adamatika an ubtala min tahti. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas sami'ul alim wa tub alaina innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin amin.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Narman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant our prayer. Amin. We are about to finish our talk show, but before closing our program, as MC, I'm Desti. I would like to apologize to all of you for any mistakes I made. And thank you so much to every single brothers and sisters here for attending and participated in this event. It was a great pleasure to have you all with us. And special thanks also goes to Oliver and Reza. Thank you so much to be our speaker and moderator today. Let's close our talk show by saying Alhamdulillah together. So this concludes our talk show, but before that, wouldn't it be great if we could have some pictures together? Therefore, I would like to ask every one of you, please turn on your camera.
Oke, untuk teman-teman silakan dibuka kameranya. Please turn on your camera, guys. I will take some picture. Oke, mungkin teman-teman yang lain bisa dibantu untuk turn on kameranya.
把你们的摄像头打开。
摄像头我已经打开了。
好。
好，我们再等着其他的。
Tanya ya teman-teman.
Oke, boleh dipimpin mungkin Kak Desti.
Baik, 1, 2, 3,
5.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih sekali lagi buat semuanya yang sudah hadir. Thank you very much to all of you. And as I say, see you in the next story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Macha-chan.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you for sharing.
Oliver. Thank you.
Thank you semuanya. Thank you Reza.
Thank you Halima.
LPB.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you
Oliver.
Thank you all.
Thank you Halima.
Thank you Halima. Thank you,
Thank you, Lars. Thank you, Mas
Thank you,
Reza.
Hadiah semua.
Thank you ya
Thank you,
semuanya.
Abdul. Thank you, Hadiah semua. Thank you,
谢谢德
Halima.
神，
谢谢你，
辛苦了。
美佳，你也辛苦了。刚才
辛苦了，
中间还
辛苦
断了，
了。
不好意思，
大家，
大家辛苦了。
terima kasih, terima kasih Kak Augie, Rong Lause, terima kasih.
谢谢大家。
Sama.
Assalamualaikum.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Ya, sama-sama, Mbak Desti.
Mbak Fitri.
Terima kasih ya Mbak Sofi, Bang Kurniawan.